All right. All right. I don't know if you can see that or not. Let me see. Newfound Metals Incorporated. These are brand new stainless. I got them with the boat when I bought the boat. Let me open them up here. Basically, what I've got here is a brand new stainless steel portal. So what I'm going to be doing is taking the other ones out of the boat and installing these. I've got the jig for them to set them in, so I'm going to have to cut some of the glass back from the original portals were a lot smaller. These are a lot nicer. I've also got the screen inserts for them. I've got what else? Oh, I've got the jig to cut the frame for around the outside here into the bulkhead of the cabin. So I've got all that stuff ready to go. Outside, freezing my hands, kind of cold. My big router would not work, so I went on to Amazon and purchased a small little trim router, cheap, $28. I've got 4 portals to put in. That ought to be able to handle it. I've got the router bit, and I use this small trim router, and I'll show you how that works. Also, another thing I did, I don't know if you remember back, if you've watched my first video, or my second video actually, my random orbital sander died on me. So what I did with that random orbital sander, let me lay this down, move this box off to the side, I went to Home Depot, bought a rigid, okay? I also ordered on Amazon a Milwaukee, and I've got the 2 of them. I like them both for different reasons, and I want to make a little video on what I like about the 2 different random orbital sanders. All right, folks, like I said here, I bought 2 new random orbital sanders. I bought this Makita model, I don't even know what model number it is here. It's a04, and I bought the rigid random orbital sander. A couple things I like about both, a couple things I don't like about both. The Makita spins pretty fast. It takes off material pretty quick. I'm using 40 grit paper on it for sanding the toe rails, and it did a fantastic job taking it off. The thing I don't like, as you can see right here, is the vacuum attachment. There is not a good vacuum. I have a big rigid vacuum cleaner. It's got a 2-inch hose on it, or 1.5-inch hose on it, and it does not fit. None of the attachments fit on this hose link here for the vacuum. So what I end up doing, try duct taping it on, everything, it just keeps falling off. The rigid, on the other hand, it orbits really well, but it does not spin, and it is adjustable. Both of them are, no, this one is speed adjustable. Makita is not, it's on off, but this one has an adjustable, the rigid has an adjustable speed dial on it here, right there for adjusting your speed. Even at high speed, the wheel does more orbiting than it does circular motion. The real nice thing is your standard vacuum hose clips right up to it, so it stays, the workspace stays real nice and clean with it going. I like them both. The rigid is really nice for woodworking, which I have used it for quite a bit on the teak. It does a real nice job, doesn't leave sand marks in it when you're using it for that. The Makita, on the other hand, does fast work of fiberglass. I really like it. I do not like the fact that I can't hook a vacuum line, a good vacuum line, up to them. They both have their dust collector systems designed for them, but you know, I want something I can vacuum it up instead of, especially with the Makita, as fast as it tears off, you're going about 3.5-4 minutes. You're having to dump that dust collection system on it. The one for the rigid, the dust collector that comes with the rigid, is a little bit bigger, holds a little bit more. it doesn't draw as much dust just because it doesn't rotate as fast. I don't know why. It doesn't spin as fast, but it just doesn't seem to want to take off the material that the Makita does. So both have their uses. Both of them I really like. Like I said before, I ordered the Makita on Amazon and had to go to town anyway, and I was waiting for it to come in, and was near a Home Depot on a weekend, so I knew the Makita wasn't going to be there, so I just picked up the Rigid. I can always use a spare. I have plenty of use for random orbital sanders with all of my projects around here. So there we go. That's my thoughts on both of them. They both work good, and I like them both. Plan was to film going and getting this for you so you could see a little bit of the beautiful countryside around my house. I've got it off in the bucket of my tractor, but this is my Volvo Penta MD 11C that I got from a guy that used to salvage sailboats. Lives in Alabama, and as you can see, it's weather worn. Just sitting in the bucket of my truck here, my tractor. I've put some oil inside the valve covers there. Cracked that and put a little bit of oil in them. Have not tried turning it over yet. It's a little rusty. I'm going to go through, clean it up real good. I'll probably end up taking it apart completely, repainting, resealing everything. He said he's had it